Back here with us in studio, Carl Higbie, host of Frontline here on Newsmax, retired Navy SEAL. And Carl, maybe we go back to what we just heard from some of those folks that John spoke to. It's almost kind of become an accepted thing that we now have candidates who have assassination attempts.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we should all be worried about, is the normalization of somebody taking shots at a past and potential future and current candidate. I mean, this is insane. The fact that we are sitting here today having 65 days between two assassination attempts. I can't imagine that we would have ever gotten here, but this is the problem. When you have a Democrat Party that goes on there and, like I said earlier, calls him a Nazi, calls him a white supremacist, calls him everything under the sun. He's a threat to democracy. What do you expect? I mean, if you're crazy enough to vote Democrat after what they did to you over the last 3 years, it is no wonder that there are some crazy people out there that are willing to do this.
And again, you know, we've seen before where people have been radicalized by different internet groups and stuff like that. You have to only blame the person who's pulling the trigger and not the media that they consumed. But the impact that it has.
I don't know about that. I mean, look, there are so many media outlets out there that have come after you, come after me, come after Fox or any other network that have said, hey, you know, these people are at fault for, you know, Donald Trump's radical policies and stuff like that. I definitely hold the media responsible for some of this stuff. When you tell somebody that they're a threat for, what is it, 10 years since he came down the golden escalator? I mean, some people are bound to believe that. They should be more responsible.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. And the fact that this suspect also is alive is different than what we saw in the Pennsylvania case. And so I'm wondering what will happen with charging and obviously justice, accountability here. So we're going to wait and see what happens. It's in Florida, too, which I think is kind of interesting, right? Governor DeSantis says he's going to look into this.
Yeah, well, the other thing, too, is like, oh, the FBI has swooped in. I mean, the same FBI that raided his house. I mean, come on, sorry, but I'm not sorry. I don't trust these people. I think Governor DeSantis should take over this investigation and make sure that it actually gets done right. Find out everything about this guy because, look, we know about his social media that was taken down, but what we don't know about is bank accounts. What we don't know about is where he spent his time, you know, why he did the things he did. We have no idea about that. And to be honest, after the FBI flubbed the Hunter Biden laptop, they investigated Russia collusion for, 5 years and found nothing. I don't trust them on this. Sorry, there are good men and women in the FBI, but it's the leadership that I don't trust.
Kilmeny mentioned it in her reporting. The president was asked about this latest assassination attempt. I believe we've got it on tape. If we do, we'll play it now and get your thoughts.
Thank God the president's okay. I think we got a full report so far. We're down there tonight. But one thing I want to make clear, the service needs more help. And I think the Congress should respond to their needs if they, in fact, need more services.
So words, are we going to see action on this?
Yeah, I mean, look, where was this Biden for the last 3.5 years? He puts on a MAGA hat last week, and all of a sudden now he's saying, yeah, we need more resources. Like, okay, better late than never, I guess. But at the same time, is like, he just seems, now that he's not, going to be president, and they basically kicked him to the curb and he's spending 50% of his time on the beach. Like, he's actually coming up with some stuff that's like, okay, probably should have done that 4 years ago, but we'll take it.
Right. And not to mention RFK Jr. and how long he went without any sort of protection. Perhaps it's too bad that the assassination on a former president had to inspire additional resources allocated to that. I just wanted to ask you about media coverage because you watch it all the time, and I find it so fascinating. If we recall back in July, CNN was, and it's developing, right? It's breaking news, so you have to show a little bit of grace there. But Trump falls to the ground, right, when their coverage of the assassination. I'm just looking today, and again, you update headlines as it goes through, but when it was first reported, there was a gunfight near a golf club that was reported, golf club incident. I mean, it was just so vague. Well,
but there was also a rush. I mean, nobody had any facts at this point except for the people who were right there. But the fact that a major network would come out and say, no, it was a gunfight amongst two other people adjacent to the golf course. They had no idea.
It was very confusing.
But they just said it anyway.
Yeah. And clearly, what we've known now is that this wasn't just a gunfight. This is someone who indeed wanted to target the former president of the United States, who was just out golfing on Sunday. Carl, great stuff. Anything else we can focus on for tonight?
Yeah, we're going to break this down. We're finding out more and more. Also, a shocking development over his association that is potentially with the other shooter.
Really? Okay. Carl Higbie, Frontline, right here on Newsmax at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Stay tuned for that. Thank you, Carl, as always. Appreciate it.